Welcome to our show. I'm Chris O'Lawless.
And I'm Paul Saulnier. Tonight's show, we focus on 2 hometown businesses that contribute to our community. And you'll meet the new publishers of HollistonReporter.com and learn what it means to be a youth actor at the Prana Center.
We have an update on the library construction project and end with a look back at all the amazing events of 2018. Thanks for joining us, and let's get rolling.
So, hyper-local news started in Holliston in 2005 as the Holliston Net News, a weekly report on all things Holliston. Then in May of 2008, Bobby Blair, Ann Talbot, Bill Tobin, and I began a daily internet news and called it the Holliston Reporter. After more than 10 years and almost 15,000 articles, Holliston Reporter will continue under capable direction of 2 new publishers, Chris and Yvette Cain. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for taking on the responsibility.
We feel it's an important public service.
Well, you know, when those of us that started Holliston Reporter, one of the things we put in the byline was that we had something like 3,000 years of experience in Holliston between the 4 of us. And we thought that's really what made the difference for us to be able to cover it. And here you guys, you come in, you've been here less than 3 years, and you took the whole thing on to yourself. That's really great.
God bless the internet.
Yeah. Whatever made you do it?
I'll defer.
Well, I think Chris started it first with answering a sort of an ad that you had in the Holliston Reporter for help. And he was having so much fun, I thought I would you know, give it a roll myself.
Had you done anything like this in Connecticut, where you came from?
No, but I had taught English, and so there was, you know, a little journalism class here and there, or a high school newspaper, or, you know, something of that sort, but nothing on this scale.
So what surprised you the most about running Holliston Reporter?
One of the things that Bobby said right up front was, you got to feed the beast every day. So making sure there's adequate content that's suitable for publication each morning. So.
And is that a challenge? I mean, it seems like there's a lot that goes on in town.
Well, we're finding that out really quickly.
Yeah.
That there is a lot, you know, and sometimes I feel like we're on overload, but it's really sifting through and trying to time it so that it all gets out at the right, you know, the right date.
And how are you doing in terms of getting reporters and people to cover to help you guys?
Well, we still have people like Paul doing the world-famous police log, and Bobby will do his pieces.
Yeah.
We have a couple of new folks, so I've moved up in the ranks from cub reporter, so there are other people now.
All right, good. Yeah, I saw you just had a story by Ken Henderson.
Yeah,
that was
yep,
great.
Yeah, yeah.
And are you recruiting other writers?
Anybody who wants to write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would love to have their content.
The other thing that's important about Holliston Reporter, people need to understand that there are bills to pay. You don't pay yourselves, you don't pay the reporters, but the website costs money, and so you have advertisers, and they're really the means to let you continue. And it's important that you get more advertisers, and the advertisers you have, you keep. Are you working on soliciting new advertisers?
We are. We put a note in last week looking for new advertisers, and we've contacted all the existing advertisers. So yes, and to us, we almost feel like the advertisers are our supporters. They're not our business, or so much as they support our work.
Right.
And we want to be able to turn all that good work back to the community.
Yeah. And I'm sure you'll do what we've done in the past, and that's donate to causes, and then when you do that, advertisers see that Holliston Reporter is donating to Tim's Trot or whatever, and they realize that they're part of it.
That's right.
So
that's right.
It helps.
It flows through us. Back to the community.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to cover so far?
Well, I like the school committee.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Well, I'm sort of looking forward to the Boy Scout pancake breakfast coming up in a couple of weeks.
Then you are going to be all set.
I like the Veterans Luncheon, so food seems to, if you have food, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a Eagle Scout award ceremony coming up early part of February. I'll give you the details on that, because that includes lunch.
There's always a snack there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it seems like this is an unexpected, different retirement for you folks.
Well, we hadn't planned on this, that's sure.
Well, it was interesting because I was saying to Paul before we started that he and Bobby had announced their semi-retirement, and they were going from like full on to kind of ratcheting down, and we were fully retired, and now we're semi-retired because now we're back up doing something every day.
Yeah, that's really great. It's good for us to know that it continues. I hated to see it dwindling down, but you guys are doing a fabulous job of keeping it going.
Oh,
it's one of the more unique things about Holliston, too, is the Reporter. I mean, it really is our own paper, and it's pretty cool.
And I think, you know, long term, it's going to be nice if there's some way to maintain those stories in some sort of format that 50 years from now somebody can look at it and see what life was like in Holliston.
Yeah.
It's not hard copy like the old days, but and stuff on CDs or 7.5-inch floppies.
Well, we were talking microfiche a few minutes ago. So
oh, geez.
Yeah.
But you can still look at microfiche, so maybe there's some merit there. For the future, any new directions are you taking with this?
No, not that we foresee. I think the model that we've inherited really works for this community.
Okay.
It's kind of, here's the facts, kind of straight down the middle, and that's kind of how we want to play it.
Well, great. So,
good reporting.
Yeah. And one last question. Why did you pick Holliston when you moved here from Connecticut?
Julia and Ben Fury, our two grandchildren, they live here in town.
Oh, great.
Their parents happen to live here, too.
Well, yeah, that's good. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I think you made a great choice.
We
Thanks.
do, too.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Good, thank you. Well, Holliston Reporter continues to be documenting all things Holliston, and we want to thank Chris and Yvette, and we're sure you will continue to do so for many years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Holliston's community spirit and success stems not only from its citizens and organizations, but also from the businesses that call our town home. This month, we feature two of those businesses who believe in and actively support our community. Over the past 40 years, Griffin Electric has built its reputation in the electrical construction industry to become one of the top electrical contractors in the country. Its commitment to integrity, quality, and people extends to community involvement through many Holliston organizations. Here is Wayne and Jackie Griffin's story. Heartbeat is proud to feature the businesses that give back to our community. How did you get started in Holliston?
Well, I started in Needham 40-plus years ago in the basement of my parents' home. The business grew. 2 years outside of working in Needham, we had to find a place. And Needham's rent was $6 a square foot. Holliston's was 50 cents. 495 had just begun. The homes were starting to build. It was very nice out here. We were working. That's how it all began.
And so here we are today. You have many divisions in parts of the country. Why do you like Holliston?
Everything is centralized here in Holliston. The location, our personnel like it here. It's comfortable, has the trails right out adjacent to our properties. And also the town is just friendly to businesses. They like companies, they take care of companies, they want you to do well, they want you to expand. We've done the schools here in Holliston, the new schools. And they're very open-minded to progression to try to bring businesses to the town. So as Hoppingbrook Park, we were one of the first properties here. And of course, there's at least 25 to 30 other businesses now in Hoppingbrook Park.
So Jackie, you have some roots in Holliston. Tell me about them.
Yes, I grew up in Holliston, and I grew up on Summer Street.
And now you both support the community of Holliston.
Right, we've been, it started really years ago just with your typical food drive for the food pantry, and then it kind of evolved a little bit further where several years ago we started participating in the Mitten Project and helping out specific families around the holidays. And then more recently, probably in the last 5 or 6 years, we started doing the backpacks for the food pantry as well. And really, our employees all get involved, and it's a great give back to the community. and we actually helped out. There were a couple of homes that were for Habitat for Humanity last year up on Chamberlain Street, and we helped out with some of the electrical supplies on those projects, and also had a good amount of volunteers that went and helped out on those projects as well. And even the rail trail has the 5K, I think, that they do, and we've supported that as a sponsor as well. So just as much as we can give back to the community, we do try to, because the town has been great for us and very supportive of us. We just built a new building last year, and the town was great in helping us through that process.
Over here in Milford, the hospital was building a new addition, the Meehan Center, and they were nice enough to allow us to do the work there. But also we donated $250,000 over a period of a 5-year investment personally, because we thought also we have 185 men and women just in this area. They're going to serve their families' needs, my own family's needs. I've been to the hospital. So, you know, it's nice to be able to make sure that people recognize that we're here to stay.
Well, thank you very much for your story, and we really appreciate everything that you've done.
Thank you so much for being a part of Holliston and its long-term success. We hope to be able to be here many more years to come.
Right.
Thank you.
Reporting from Griffin Electric, this is Chris O'Lawless for the Heartbeat of Holliston. It's clear that the Griffin Electric family appreciates Holliston's business environment and is dedicated to community service.
Another business with its roots in Holliston is Hometown Automotive. Hometown recently expanded to an impressive state-of-the-art facility at 1670 Washington Street, across from the post office. Mike Ibrahim talks about his new facilities and his commitment to giving back to Holliston.
So this car is one of a kind. It was designed to fit in the luggage compartment of a Greyhound bus. It's a collapsible car. It'll fold down to this height, and you can pull it right into the bus, take it with you wherever you go. It's one of one. There is not another one like it. It is a street legal, mass titled vehicle that's been heavily modified.
So, Mike, how did you get started in this business?
Well, when I was a little kid, I've always had interest in automotive and cars and that sort of thing. And I went to a vocational school, Keefe Tech in Framingham, and that's kind of where my passion for cars started. And when I graduated there, I just started working in car dealerships and running different businesses and that sort of thing. So, you know, I really love what I do, and cars and motor oil and gasoline, that runs in my blood. I was raised here in Holliston. My folks still live here. We've been in this town for 45 years. We originally started downtown next to the Dunkin' Donuts and across from Bertucci's, and since then we've grown and we've built our business, and we're able to build this new facility that we have here.
You're known for giving back to the community.
Well, I love Holliston, and I grew up here, and I have a lot of memories here. We try to give back any way that we can. So we donate to, you know, the Holliston in Bloom, and we donate to Celebrate Holliston, and we donate our services to anybody who needs it. Without Holliston, there would be no hometown for me. So this is my hometown, and Holliston is where my soul is. So if there's anything I can do for the community, I try to do so.
Thanks, Mike. From Hometown Automotive and Auto Body, this is Chris O'Lawless for the Heartbeat of Holliston.
Hometown Automotive is a major sponsor of the Historical Society's Father's Day Car Show, as well as Holliston in Bloom. Mike and his wife Cindy really care about Holliston, and we're lucky to have them here, growing and supporting our town.
High school proms are an exciting tradition, but can be an expensive experience. The student council officers at Holliston High School were inspired to offer a more affordable and accessible way to do prom. They collected gently used prom dresses and offered them at either discounted prices or for free. The selection of dresses was gorgeous, and many people were able to find dresses that they loved. One mother wrote on Facebook, "Thank you very much to the young people of great heart that helped us find the dress for my daughter that I could not buy because of my tight budget." The remaining dresses will be donated to similar events at other nearby high schools. Another creative example of what our students do to make others' lives a little better.
Youth acting is a way to develop confidence while having fun. At Holliston's Prana Center, kids have been performing since 2001, with 4 to 6 musical and drama productions annually. Their 76th show is an original drama called The Girls of Salem, based on the Salem witch trials. Let's see what these youth actors are up to.
I can't say I've led a blameless life, but life is hard and cruel, and sometimes a kind word can make a woman act in a way she knows is wrong. Do I deserve to land in jail for that and have my daughter ripped away from me? What has she done to deserve to be in a cell?
I've been saying to them for a few years now, we need to do a serious play before you kind of graduate. Once they go to high school, they're welcome to still do shows here, but they tend to get really busy. So for the 8th graders especially, this is the year we wanted to do a serious play.
Judges are coming in from Boston. They've been all over New England, and accused women are already hanging.
Hanging? On the words of young girls? Has the world gone crazy?
So I started 7 years ago, and throughout the whole thing, there's been many generations, coming in, going out. But throughout it all, you just make new friends with everyone, and it doesn't matter the show. You always have a great time and, get into a new character.
I started about 10 years ago. I feel like Jason said, no matter what the show is, and no matter what part you get, Roberta always makes sure that you have fun, and everyone you meet in the cast is always so great, and everyone here is just like a family.
I also started about 10 years ago, and like Clancy was saying, it's just like a second family here, really, because it's just a way to get so close with other people, and people from other towns who you wouldn't normally meet, and just to have a great time with people who are passionate about the same things as you.
Giles, my no-good husband, will not listen to me. He thinks it's absurd. Well, there's no denying it is absurd. But absurdity that may see us in court. Mistress Putnam and the girls will stop at nothing.
Do you have any favorite roles that you've done over the years?
Last year, I got to play Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof, so that was great because my family kind of shared the story of Fiddler on the Roof. So that was a really fun thing for me to be able to play.
I was Meg in Little Women, and I feel like that was a really great experience because it was the first really serious show that I had ever done.
I played Ellen for part of the show in Number the Stars this past summer, and that show in particular really stands out because it was a very small cast, so we all became really close, and it was one of the few very serious shows that I've done.
Not a word to anyone about our conjuring. Bad enough Betty told Sarah Good.
I would never say a word.
The kids are great with each other. I mean, there's a core group of this age, so those all 3 were in 8th grade, and they've been in, I want to guess, 20-some, like over the years. You really get to know each other very well when you do a play, whether it's the relationships that you're building with your characters or the time you spend backstage. You see a play and it's an hour, 2 hours, but I mean, it's hours and hours and hours and months of rehearsal.
You may attend to your daughters, but most men, daughters are nothing to them.
Are you ever nervous?
Yes. Before every show, I think it's kind of inevitable for me, but as soon as I get on stage, it's usually just like you're completely in the moment, and it's just such an amazing feeling to be out and be like completely in your character.
I'm afraid that God's attention must be elsewhere right now. I don't see evidence of him in our affairs.
For the Heartbeat of Holliston, this is Chris O'Lawless.
These students are obviously passionate about their acting, and their skills are excellent. Don't miss the Girls of Salem this Saturday, January 26th at 1 p.m. at the Prana Center, located behind the library. For more information, visit www.pranacenter.com. On our last show, Ed Daniels talked about the first night event on the rail trail. If you missed it, here's a look at the fun in Holliston on December 31st, 2018.
Always hit hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh, what a good idea. I'm going to ring in the new year. I'm going to say Happy New Year.
I know.
There was something for everyone at first night. It was the best attended first night ever.
The Holliston Public Library construction project is in its final chapter. We are glad to report that the building is completely out of danger due to the scaffolding supporting all 3 floors of the new section of the building. The engineering plan is close to finish and construction may start soon. After that, it will take about 3 to 4 weeks to have the library fully operating. In the meantime, patrons have been able to find books in the mini library and use the computers due to the creative and resourceful efforts of the staff. Library programs and meetings continue all over town through the understanding and cooperation of our churches, the Historical Society, the Parks and Rec Department, Town Hall, and the fire station. Leslie McDonald, the library director, stated, "Excellent staff morale and teamwork was the key to working with our limitations. We deeply appreciate the patience of our patrons, the expertise of Holliston's building inspector, and the support from town organizations." Did you know that half of our 14,000 residents have library cards? Our library is a welcoming and relevant place, and much more than a building. Thanks to everyone who kept our library alive and well.
The HCAT Show, The Pastor and the Policeman, is an interactive live show that explores topics from our Constitution. On February 25th at 7 p.m., Reverend Bonnie Steinroder and former Chief John Moore will lead the audience conversation, private property, and the Constitution. Get ready for the show by reading the book entitled Supreme Neglect by Richard A. Epstein from a series called Inalienable Rights. For an enlightening experience, be sure to tune in to participate.
It's amazing how much happens in Holliston in 1 year. HCAT is proud to give you on-the-spot coverage. Let's watch the 2018 Year in Review. Last year, Holliston Cable Access Television produced over 300 productions, both in our studio, welcome to Heartbeat of Holliston, and around town.
Happy New Year!
From school sports,
Touchdown Panthers!
to school specials.
This is fun! Woo!
And new shows.
Today we learned how to make a memory wire bracelet,
as well as returning favorites.
Holliston has completed the conversion to Next Gen 911.
HCAT has done it all.
My own work is about plants that are in the future that would grow shoes.
Join us as we take a look back at the 2018 HCAT Year in Review. Heartbeat of Holliston is one of HCAT's longest-running shows, and 2018 featured a diverse slate of stories around town.
The Holliston Mill Open Studios are placing art on the rail trail.
Hi, I'm Terry Roberts, part of Demons Youth Hockey.
We are here tonight for Footloose the Musical.
Heartbeat of Holliston is at the Holliston Historical Society tonight for Oktoberfest.
With fascinating guests.
I think it finally hit me when I checked into the hospital the night before and I got wheeled to the OR. Recovery time, it was rough. It was a major surgery, but I was in the ICU for a week and then home on my couch for a month.
Money in the Law returned with hosts John Drohan and Jay Marsden and their unique blend of financial and legal advice.
It's supposed to be fun, right? This is the time, this is what you've worked for, right? Yeah. You're releasing yourself from forced mandatory employment, right? That's what you're talking about.
Well, what have you freed up, right?
Yeah.
I freed up my time, right? I freed up my time.
While Mary Greendale kept Holliston talking with Just Thinking.
I just knew I couldn't do it anymore. I wanted our son to know me as his dad, and I just said, well, what's going to happen is going to happen. I just need to do this.
During town events is one of our most important functions. HCAT cameras were there for selectmen and school committee meetings, library programs, the Andrews School demolition, the 9/11 awards, PTO presentations, Celebrate Holliston, Veterans Day, and the holiday stroll.
Happy holidays? Yeah, what are we supposed to say? Wishing everyone a happy holidays. I'll just say happy holidays. Last time I think you said like Merry Christmas and I said and happy holidays. Okay. But I don't think Christmas is not fair to people. That's what I said, so why don't you say happy holidays and happy holidays and a happy new year. Okay, you say wishing everyone. Okay. And I say a happy holiday season. Wishing everyone a happy holiday season.
Holliston has an active music scene, and HCAT was at school concerts. As well as the summer concert series at Goodwill Park. Local artist, singer, songwriter Erica Lee performed at the HCAT studio. Can I call you home?
Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to Play High Field in Westwood, Massachusetts.
A new school year brought more of our award-winning coverage of Holliston Panther football.
Arvanitis with Benson behind him, twin receivers to his right. Arvanitis hands it to Benson. Benson cuts back. Touchdown, Panthers, Tristan Benson. Tomaselli to pass, looks downfield. Open, number 13, Teddy Ratcliffe, and he's off to the races. Touchdown, Panthers! Hand off to number 2, Billy Nash on the jet play, and he breaks away. Billy Nash gone 61 yards.
Our crew of volunteers have also broadcast soccer, field hockey, baseball, hockey, and basketball.
3 seconds left. Counted from half court.
HCAT debuted 3 new shows in 2018. My Beating Heart features local jewelry designer Janine Girard.
Today we're going to learn how to make very simple earrings. Put the ring on, twist it back. Oh, nice.
Deb Moore kept Holliston Gardens blooming with How Does Your Garden Grow?
When you plant your veggies a little bit closer together, they also protect each other. They protect the soil underneath.
And The Pastor and the Policeman is a show that puts a twist on some of the most important issues facing this country.
After 9/11, we were willing to give up certain rights of privacy, civil liberties.
Right, even at the airport, right? Practically stripping an airport, right, to get through the thing now. And I don't mind doing that if it's going to keep me safe.
2018 had fun. It had heart.
The little grassroots community thing has taken on a life of its own, and I think that's the beauty of it. It's all community, and it's all for Tim, and I think people feel Tim's presence and goodness in the whole event.
As you can see, HCAT has made a real difference in the community.
We're here to support the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and all the incredible work they're doing at this year's cycle. Thanks, Mary!
We can't thank enough HCAT for doing what they do for our town, covering so many events, just unbelievable programs that you do for 35 years, helping our community. So we can't thank you enough.
Stay tuned for more amazing programming in 2019. Thanks for a great year. That sure was a fun way to end our show, Paul, right?
How are you going to duplicate that next year, Chriso?
I don't know, but the Holliston has so much going on, it's going to be easy. And you can watch Heartbeat of Holliston every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 7 o'clock on Channel 8 on Comcast and Channel 32 on Verizon. Show's also televised at other times. We're also available on any electronic device. Check the HCAT website at www.hcattv.org for easy access.
And join all the others who watch Heartbeat any time of the day by checking HCAT's Facebook and YouTube pages. HCAT sends out email announcements when new shows are scheduled to air. If you would like to be on our e-blast list, just send a request at office@hcat.org or call 508-429-8979. With an e-blast, you'll never miss a show you want to watch. So, good night, Chriso.
Good night, Paul. And good night, Holliston.